you know there's going to be a lot of chat about the officials. Not only the man on the field with the whistle, but how the assistants are involved, but especially the coordination through the TMO. I'm stealing time here. You may notice some road noise, because I'm waiting for the daughter to pick her up from school. So there's a little bit of a personal insight. However, today, just recently, the names of the officials were offered to the world, and we went, Now, I'm not going to necessarily focus too much on certain matches here. Although there's probably a couple, and the biggest ones have fascinating backstories maybe. And I'll talk about the New Zealand, Ireland, New Zealand one more, and how potentially Wayne and his history, not what you're thinking necessarily. I'm not talking 2007, but much more recently. However, I have the names down here, so I'm going to read them to you. Go right through the team. The big thing for me is how they work together and the amount of involvement the TMO has. Probably got some people who are looking at me going, why is this guy talking to his phone? Oh well, something. I have a few eccentricities. We'll just encourage that maybe. So here are the lineups. Quarterfinal number 1 between Argentina, or Wales and Argentina, at Stade de Marseille. So Marseille. Referee is Jaco Pen and Paper. Jaco Paper from South Africa. His assistants, Carl Dixon and Andrea Piardi. So from the RFU, English, and from Italia. The TMO is Marius Jonker. Now, without being too rude, maybe that's the best way of saying it. Excuse me. I was hoping we wouldn't get Marius in the All Blacks. That's all I can say, and we haven't. So Marius Jonker, because I think the TMO is pretty significant. For the All Blacks, for New Zealand, for Ireland, we'll give them, they're the top. Ireland v New Zealand at Stade de France, Saint Denis. Referee is good old Wayne Barnes. Good old Wayne. So he'll be Chipper. Plenty of chat from old Chipper Wayne. His assistants, Matthew Carley. Not Cardley. Do a Kiwi thing there. So Wayne from the RFU, Carley from the RFU, and Christoph Ridley. I don't know why, but there's something about his name that wants me to get all proper. Also from the RFU. The TMO, Tom Foley. So it's an all-English officiating crew. So they should know each other. They should work together. We'll talk more. We'll talk more about why I think it won't work, or necessarily work against New Zealand, and why maybe even the record with Wayne, things in the past, may echo into the future. I don't think the Irish are necessarily happy, so maybe he's a good choice then. Because if both sides aren't happy, or both sides are happy, then it's not a bad thing. Quarterfinal number 3, England versus Fiji. Again at Stade de Marseille. Referee is Matteo Reynal. Le Français, Le Froid. So I expected Reynal, to a home referee, to get one of the gigs. His assistants, Nick Berry, from Australia. Good to have some Aussies. And Pierre Brousset, also from France. And the TMO is Ben Whitehouse from Wales. So expected Reynal to have some fun, and French referee when England are playing Fiji. That's going to be fascinating. Fascinating again, how these larger influences. Because everyone has biases. And the issue is not to point that out. The issue is if you ignore that, or if you reject that, because there's things that are going to happen. Whether it be how the captains talk to the referees, how they maybe bring things in from the past, how they allow and encourage the referee to maybe gaze a little bit. It's certain factors on the opposition, or with the opposition. TMOs theoretically should help that, but how involved will the TMO, how involved will they be? We've seen that they've called one thing in one game and maybe not in another, because there's so many things in rugby union that you could call. Quarterfinal number 4. France versus South Africa. It's Stade de France, Saint Denis. Referee, Ben O'Keefe, New Zealand. Assistants, Paul Williams and James Dolman, New Zealand. TMO, Brendan Pickerel, New Zealand. Now, Ben O'Keefe, I think, has refereed really well. We won't say too much more about the assistants, but I think about the refereeing and the officiating in this test match, with the home side involved, the pressure that's going to be there, the atmosphere. I think also about 2011 in a quarterfinal in Wellington with a New Zealand referee. The Bryce is right, as I hashtagged. Just a bit of fun there. But that impacted his career in a really devastating manner. Couldn't go to the Republic. So much feedback, so much vitriol, so much anger. Those from the Republic may think that's justified. So when I look at this officiating crew and know that France are the team who are playing against the Springboks, my mind's taken back to 2011. Now, they just got to call it as they see it. However, how fans or how you interpret certain activities, events, how you interpret certain decisions, what you see and what you don't see, is impacted from where you're from and from whom you're supporting. And so I hope that O'Keefe and the New Zealand crew can be above reproach. And I hope that's not related to the final result. And I hope that for all of the referees, for Wayne as well. Wayne Barnes is a good referee. Probably the one that I thought would be involved and you know, is not involved. Even maybe he's going to be involved in the later fixtures. Is just now I've totally forgotten his name. How would that go down? Hey referee, what's your name again? Well, fortunately I'm not playing, so I'm going to have to defer to looking him up later, unless I do this video again. And do we really want to do the video again? But he's probably young referee who has a lot of talent, and maybe if I keep talking, then maybe I can find out some of who he could be. Maybe not. Maybe no, he's probably not going to be there. Let me think. Too many Englishmen have already entered my mind, so it's cluttered. But he's a good young referee. Anyway, I'll leave it there. What do you think? What do you think of referees who have been given? Not the one that I've forgotten. What a half-wit, eh? What a half-wit. Oh well. Such is life when you're aging, eh? It's a tough world, eh? But someone's got to live in it. Anyway, what say you about the officials? Are you happy? Are you nervous? What do you think about the TMO and their involvement? It seems like something is going to go to custard, and X or Twitter is going to blow up, fans are going to blow up, there's going to be some unhappy supporters. The fact that we think that beforehand, does that diminish if they are? Or does that only maybe contextualize it a bit more for us, or provide a little bit more Luke Pearce? We cut there in the end, didn't we? No Angus Gardner either. No Angus Gardner. Are they being saved for the semis? Well, I think previous World Cups have had, sometimes they've had their refs in the quarters. I think 2011 they didn't have them in the quarters, and so there were different referees between those two. I think another World Cup post that they had them in both. So maybe their philosophy will be, maybe Luke Pearce will get a semi. Although the fact that Wayne's involved in the quarters, and maybe Paper, and those are those two, depending on who's in the semi-finals, it seems like they've picked their top crew in the quarterfinals when you look at the reputation. So no Luke Pearce. I apologise to Luke Pearce. Sorry I forgot your name. I know. Such a half-wit. Anyway, The daughter's going to be here soon. More people are arriving at school, and I should probably not look so weirded out and cause the locals to, well, even give me a wider berth. Anyway, what say you on the officials? Who's the unluckiest to miss out? Luke Pearce, Angus Gardner. I saw another one on Nika Mushukeli. I think I pronounced that right from memory, whereas I wouldn't say that. However, I think Luke Pearce is the one who, for me, I've been impressed with, and I enjoy his refereeing, enjoy his communication, his demeanour. So, what do you think? Both the officials, the referee who maybe missed out, the TMO. Probably repeated myself a few times here, so you get the point. What say you? Like, comment, share, subscribe. You know the deal. I am Johnny King in Middle New Zealand, waiting for his daughter on a summery-ish Wednesday afternoon. Can life get any better? What say you?